So what's better than two 22 Honda Groms? How about three? All right, I'm sure one of those are good. Thanks, sweetie. Do we want to watch it just to make sure? Hey guys, I'm Kent and welcome back to my channel. So as you can see in front of me is another 2022 Honda Grom. This is the third Grom that I now have in my garage. If you follow my channel, you know that I already have the Repsol themed bike and the yellow bike that's set up with the Imapaktech stunt gear that I'm not really stunting on, but it looks awesome and my wife primarily rides that bike. Anyway, a third 22 Grom. This also obviously with the Imapaktech 12 bar and subframe and crash cage, and it's in an absolutely awesome color. So you may have seen this Imapaktech raffled off this bike a few weeks ago. Every few months they put together an awesome stunt bike and then do a big raffle for it. So the way that I ended up with this bike is that the winner of that raffle, who was in Arizona, reached back to Imapaktech when they were notified that they won and asked if they could get a cash prize instead. So Imapaktech reached out to me as we'd worked together before, and they know that I'm a big fan of mini moto and asked me to make an offer to the winner. I did. It ended up being a good deal for me and for them, and I've got a third Grom in my garage. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with this bike. There's a few small things that I'd like to change on it. The way that the levers are set up on the left side. So this bike actually has the dual rear brakes so that it can be actuated both with a foot brake but also with a left-handed brake. But the way that it's set up with the controls a little lower on the bar, I'm going to try to find a way to clean that up a little bit. But it has all of the capability for the stunting that, again, I'm not doing yet, but I really need to get into, especially now that I have a second stunt bike in my garage. But I wanted to briefly go over some of the things that this bike has that really sets it apart. So again, it's got a custom powder coat on the 12 bar and subframe and rear sets, this kind of lime green awesomeness. And then the wheels have that same color, or at least the barrel of the rims have that color. It's a two-piece rim. The center part is powder coated black. Anyway, these rims are absolutely awesome. They're a little bit wider and they've got these big Shinko Mobber tires on them that really set the overall look of this bike apart. It's got the Yoshimura full exhaust. It has this custom seat that has more of a dip in the middle, so from a stunting perspective, helps you from sliding back. And then among a whole bunch of other small details, it also has that awesome chicane SLR rear shock from Racing Bros that I have on my Repsol themed bike, and it's one of the nicest rear shocks that you can have on the 22 Grom. So anyway, really excited to have this. A lot of content to come. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with this bike as far as modifications. Again, it's pretty complete. There's a lot of 22 builds out there, but there aren't too many that I think, damn, that's cooler than the 22 Groms that I have. But when I saw this build on Imapaktech's Instagram page, I thought, damn, that's cooler than some of the builds that I've done. So anyway, really happy that I ended up having the opportunity to pick up this bike and interested in figuring out what I do with it now that I have it. Let me know in the comments what you think I should do with this bike. It doesn't need to stay a stunt bike as far as I'm concerned. I already have a bike that's set up for stunting. I'm not a stunter, although it is on my list of things to learn how to do. But I haven't done a lowered and stretched Grom yet, so that's a potential. It's also possible that I make this a stunt bike and maybe the yellow bike that my wife rides, I make that a stretched and lowered or do something different. But again, let me know in the comments with now 3 Groms. Obviously the Repsol bike is themed pretty well. That one probably stays the way that it is. But if you guys are interested in seeing me build a Grom in a style that I haven't yet, I'm interested to hear what you recommend. So anyway, thank you everybody very much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos and keep on building. Am I totally in frame here? Yeah. I hope the wind isn't picking it up too much. When I say Grom, start moving, okay?